morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Emma Watson.
And I'm Gigi Pagel.
Roseleaf's yearbook creates a unique yearbook each year, but this year's is the biggest in Roseville High School history.
Well, in the yearbook program, every year we strive to become bigger and better since the previous year. So this year we kind of took that a little literally. We have 260 pages this year, when last year we had 248. So it's a pretty big accomplishment to kind of have that build up, and we hope to do better next year.
You know, the verbal theme is total reload, so what we really tried to do was capture everything that we didn't have these last couple years due to COVID, so everything is coming back, it's new, it's different, and it's supposedly better. So we just tried to capture every event possible. I think my favorite part about this book is that there's no space wasted. We really tried to cover everything possible, so it's very photo heavy, and a lot of the writing is really well done too, to make sure we get a lot of authentic voices in the book.
Seniors can pick up yearbooks at senior breakfast on May 25th. For all other students and staff, yearbooks can be picked up in the cafeteria on the same day from 2:30 to 4. Make sure to bring your student ID. And now we go to Joseph Bianchini with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Joseph Bianchini. After a tough 4-game losing streak, including losses versus Yuba City and Wood Creek, the baseball team got a much-needed win against Mid Creek on Friday. It was a 9-8 win in extra innings, headlined by a monster David Centino performance, who hit a 3-run nuke in the 9th inning. Now Roseville enters the Division III playoffs and will host the 9-seeded Pioneer Patriots in a winner-go-home game. Pioneer High School is a relatively newer high school in Woodland. They went 15-7 this year, but a lot of those wins came against trash schools like Dixon and Casa Roble. It should be a good game with both teams' seasons on the line.
Basically, we just need to continue hitting and use the momentum we did from Friday's game against Wood Creek and just use that going into playoffs. We just need to hit, score, and have great defense.
If Roseville wins, they will play the winner of the game between 1-seeded Vanden and 6-seeded Bayer on Thursday. In another sports news, recently RHS's weight room received a donation from a special RHS alumnus. With more, we go over to Ethan Oakleberry.
Roseville High School graduate, now playing offensive tackle for the Las Vegas Raiders, Colton Miller, has pledged to donate around $65,000 to help renovate the weight room.
Yeah, so Colton Miller has really good relationships with Coach McDowell and Coach Lenakakis. He used to coach here for a while, and Coach Lenakakis and Colton Miller are really tight. They go on fishing trips, hunting trips, and there has been discussion about us trying to continue to keep Roseville relevant and attractive for potential students. And with West Park opening up, and Colton Miller basically said, "What do you guys need?" And Coach McDowell did a lot of research and looked into the weight room, what it would cost, and for basically all new stuff in the weight room. And Colton Miller said, "All right, here's a check for you guys," and it kind of got the ball rolling.
Many athletes are excited for the new and improved weight room.
I feel like we really needed the donation because a lot of our weights are kind of old, and I feel like Cole Miller got the money to donate, and I feel like we could really use it, especially with our football equipment, because a bunch of it's old, and I feel like we need new ones.
Coach Ryan King is optimistic what the new weight room can do for the future of Roseville High School.
So our kids work hard regardless of what's in there, but what it is it's new stuff to help, I guess, compete with the other schools. We want our students to have the same experiences that West Park, Wood Creek, all the schools that have that are newer, and this will give all of our student athletes the opportunity to work out with brand new equipment, just like you would get if you went to West Park. Only we feel at Roseville we offer grit, hard work, all that good stuff that might not happen over there. So that's kind of we're trying to pull in and keep those kids that might be on the fence from something new and shiny to something that's got tradition.
In terms of game action for this week, there is very little aside from baseball's playoff game tonight. Tomorrow, softball put an end to their regular season at home versus Intercom. Select track and field runners run in the league finals as well tomorrow. And of course, if Roseville were to win tonight in baseball, they would have playoff game number 2 on Thursday. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. I have the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Friday was closing night for Roseville Theater Company's production of Seussical the Musical Junior. And despite a few issues, such as actors becoming sick, lack of mics, and technical difficulties risen from being short on staff and experience, it came out and was received quite well. While the story was slightly hard to follow at times, the music was great, and every actor seemed attentive and helped the audience stay engaged throughout the show. While everyone did a great job, I think there were a few shining stars both on stage and off. Senior Emma Watson ran lights and tech and spent many hours pulling strings to make sure everything went smoothly, even when they almost very much did not. Senior Benny Hernandez jumped in the last minute to help with sound and mics, despite not having previously practiced or rehearsed with the cast. And without him, there was a very real chance that the show would not have happened the way it did. Senior Leilani Laurel reprised her role as Bird Girl Maisie and showed that despite the years between performances, she never got rusty. Freshman Lucas Coppedge seems to have a promising future in the theater arts, as his portrayal of Mayor Hu had the whole audience enthralled and full of laughter. Junior Grace Sheldorf captivated the audience as JoJo with both a solo and duet performance that I, and everyone else, loved. Sophomore Lana Mariquin, as the famous Cat in the Hat, had the audience pulled in and laughing along all night. Senior Michaela Witzel, as Gertrude McFuzz, had numerous songs that amazed the audience, which should be no surprise to anyone who's heard her sing before. Freshman Nico Snyder was incredibly impressive, not just as one of the Wickersham brothers, but also as one of the 4 directors of the show, along with seniors Michaela Witzel, Emily Isom, and Leilani Laurel. Managing to keep up with the stress of directing is an impressive feat for anyone, and to be the only freshman among seniors taking that role says good things about the future of the RHS drama program. Overall, Seussical Musical Junior was well worth the money and time, and I hope that future generations of Roseville High students will get the same experience of drama productions that I've enjoyed all year. Now, we get back to news.
Thanks, Connor. The Avid Student Speaker Contest has now officially picked a representative from Roseville High. We go to Zoe Light with more on the story.
Every year, the RHS Avid program gives students the opportunity to share their stories about how the Avid class has affected them through the Avid Speaker Contest.
Avid Speaker Contest comes up each winter in preparation for the Avid Summer Institutes that happen around the country over the summertime.
Junior and Avid speaker Athena Melville joined the Avid Speaker Contest, hoping that more students with disabilities will be inspired and want to be more involved with the program and the Avid contests.
There's not very many students with disabilities that get chosen. I wanted to change that, so I decided to apply this year.
Johnson hopes that people will see the courage that Melville has and hopes she will have an enjoyable experience.
I think Athena is really brave. It takes a lot of bravery to be able to write a speech, record yourself, and submit an application. And then it takes even more bravery to stand up in front of thousands of people and tell your story.
Melville will be representing Roseville High in the Avid Summer Institute in San Francisco on July 19th.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.